Happy New Year, everyone. Hi, it's Sally, Studio Rat, and I have this little journal, fabric journal to show you, but before I do, I just want to show you this book that my sister put in my stocking. And I don't know if you've seen this book before. It's called Humor, Wit, and Fantasy, a fabulous collection of over 2,000 pictures in the public domain, which can be used without fee or permission. So that's always a good thing to know. This book was published in the 70s, and originally it was $14.95, and I think she paid $2 or $3 for it. She got it at a used bookstore, but I just wanted to show you. It's all pictures, and they are so amazing. I'm just going to stop every now and then and just show you what's in here. Aren't they cool? So I love them. I think I can use them for in journals, of course, and maybe as a transfer even. Look at the people. Some of them are funny. Just all kinds of cool stuff. Look at these beautiful ladies. A dancer. So I am looking forward to using this. I think this paper would probably tea stain well too. I might take a few pictures out and do that. So they are by category. Like here are insects. Look at the dragonfly. And in transit, so traveling, imagined animals, dragons, and all kinds of griffins and things like that. History, headpieces and ornaments, grotesqueries. This could be good for like a Halloween journal, which I have never done. Gestures, gallows humor, fashions and grooming. I like the fashion ones a lot. And fantasy. Beautiful. And it does actually tell, I think if they know, they tell who the artist is. This is Dreams and Visions. Doctors, dining, dancing, creatures great and small. Look at those cute little rabbits. So anyway, just thought I would share this book, Humor, Wit, and Fantasy. And now let's take a look at this little journal I finished. I'm working on a set of 3 of these. I have the other 2, just no covers, just the pages ready to put into a cover. On this one, I decided to use a fabric cover, and I wanted something soft, and I still have lots of that old quilt left, and so that is what the cover is. It just kind of wraps around, and it has a big old red, I think it's probably Bakelite button. It was one of my grandma's buttons, and now they're really old. And I just made this little loop out of a scrap I had of this ticking that I had put through the washing machine, so it has some really nice fringy stuff on it. So that's the loop, and the cover, like I said, is old quilt. And a couple of places the quilt is was kind of worn through, so here's a little patch here. There's a little patch there. But the rest of it's really in pretty good shape. And then it has a lining of a heavier, more of a canvas-like fabric on the other side. But it's soft. There's no paper or cardboard or anything in there. It's just a soft cover. Just kind of wraps around. Okay, so I put lots of stuff in here. And I used Fabri-Tac to put pockets on the fabric, and that works really well. So I have a little journaling card here. This is a stamp on some tea-stained paper. So a scrap of paper from the old house on my sister's property, and here's a little tab made out of some quilt. And I have to say, and I'm going to put a link to her channel, in my description. I am continuously inspired by Donna from Past and Pages. She is the queen of grunge. And I just love looking at her videos, and even though I'm nowhere near, I have nowhere near the skill with grunge that she does, I am trying. And I just admire her work. She gave me the idea of looking through some of my old books and just finding some neat book pictures, which I put in here, and just kind of attached it with a little piece of fabric with this cute little print on it. So that's just some of that paint masking paper, and I did tea stain some of my, some of my scrapbook paper that I wasn't that crazy about. But once it gets tea stained, it's a lot more interesting. I used a lot of my little. Remember, I made all these snippets, and I think I did a video on them. Well, I've been just cutting them up and using them in journals as belly bands and tabs and tucks and pockets. And here I used a piece of one for this cute little vintage Valentine. And tea stained book page here. It's a German book. And then here is a copy I made of an old photo I have. I love the car. A little cluster here. This is a fabric flip. So this is part of a quilt top that I have, and I just kind of took a piece off that just fit here and put a little fabric flip there. And from an old nursery rhyme book, piece of my snippet. This is a napkin collage on old book page. I love how that looks with the letters showing through. And some trim here with also some ticking that I not only tea stained, but I think I put some other colors on that too. And part of a paper bag. Another tab. This is some of that cool paper I got from an old school that was they were getting rid of a bunch of stuff. And so I love my rusty paper clips that I got from Rust Paper Scissors. If you don't have some, you should get them. They're very reasonable. And I just love using them and having them. So I have here a little mini postcard of Paris. And on this side, it's kind of a little tag I made with a book page picture and some paper on the back. And this is part of one of my strips also. And a print of some moths. A piece of embroidery, which I tea stained. Some fabric trim on this page. Scrapbook paper, and then a flip out of a picture from another old book. I've tea stained a lot of the pages in it. Here's a little pocket with one of those offers to subscribe Saturday Evening Post for $3.95 for a year. Picture from an old nursery rhyme book. It's a little tabs made out of some fabric. And some ruffle here. And this is a little flip out. Shows how to make a boomerang. Lots of fabric in here, lots of tabs. This is a piece of a snippet strip with just some writing paper in it, tucked in there. And that's a picture of my brother. Book page with some napkin collage. Picture from a book. Penny was a pretty girl. There's a Rolodex card. And one of my journal cards in this little pocket. And two pockets here. I also got for Christmas a set of the cards for this game, the touring game. I think it's called Touring. Just has really neat pictures on it. And see, look at the car there coming around the bend. Pretty cool cards. I like them. We used to play that game when we were kids. And a little tuck spot there. And then tucked in here with a rusty paper clip is just a stack of scraps here stitched together and could be used for writing. And we'll flip down here. And some green stamps. And then there's a little pocket right there with one of my tags with a feather. And then the cover just wraps around like this. And I just think, I love the fabric, the feel of fabric journals. And so had a lot of fun making that. I'm not sure if I'll use fabric on the other two. It'll be fun to see how they turn out. I have some ideas for them though. Okay, thanks for watching and hope you're having a great weekend.